A la verga. What? Dude, I told myself after New Year's I didn't want a shotgun. That's for 2025. I don't want a shotgun. I already shotgun. It's day 2. Is this second?
My beer was too cold. I didn't get it out in time. Oh my goodness. My eyes
Yeah,
are
dude.
watering so hard right now.
Shotgunning a cold beers, fucking ash cold. But welcome back to the first episode in 2025 from Two Drunk Guys and a Football Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus the Hammer Mary.
And I am your other co-host, Skinny Domestic. We have currently on the air the episode our Aaron Rodgers of our show.
Heck yeah.
Lil Austin.
Yeah.
Clearly not as good as football player as him and way shorter, but you know, maybe someday.
You don't know that.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday just as big in the medicinal stuff as he is, but.
True. Not as much money.
Someday. Oof.
Maybe one day you will. Maybe, dude. Maybe. I gotta scroll over to the news.
But yeah, no, first episode of 2025. I know it's a day, bringing it a day late. We're filming on Thursday today. New Year's Day kind of fucked shit up. Marcus was not feeling good yesterday, and I'm tired.
God.
I'm tired of doing podcasts by myself, so we postponed it. There was no Thursday night game being week 18, so we just figured it'd be fine. Plus, with the college football playoff game being pushed back till currently playing as of right now, it's at halftime. If it gets back on or whatever, I can provide at least some updates. We have that to deal with too. But news, bad betting, of course. With most people's fantasy seasons being over, if you're playing Week 18 championship games, you're a fucking idiot. Get out of those leagues. I'll go over that. Pro Bowl rosters were released, so dive into that a little bit because some of it's pretty interesting. And then, of course, pick'ems for. There's no college football games for this next week. It's by the time we film next week's episode, we'll have that. So the only one right now is the Notre Dame game that's currently being played, and then pick'ems for NFL. So Marcus, why don't you go ahead and get us started with the news?
Well, I guess I don't have any news, but I got something I wanted to bring up. I saw a thing. So, all the major wide receivers from LSU in the NFL right now, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas Jr., and Malik Neighbors all run over 1,000 yards, 2 of them being rookies. That's kind of crazy. LSU is a wide receiver factory right now and probably has, with Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors, maybe they'll be the top 4 best receivers in the league in a couple years. Who knows?
Yeah, no, that's crazy to think. And they were all top 8 in receiving yards.
Yeah,
I have that pulled up here.
And Malik and Brian Thomas are doing that without quarterbacks.
yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
And Malik Neighbors only played 14 games.
Wow.
And Malik Neighbors won Skinny a championship, the fantasy championship.
And who do you know who else was on my team?
Brian
Thomas Jr. Which I had both of them, and I had Amon-Ra, but that's here nor there. He wasn't an LSU guy, so we don't care. But yeah, dude,
No.
LSU's producing.
Yeah, they are just pumping out wide receiver talent, man.
They have
another one coming up too, Lacey. He looks good.
He'll be good. Right now, I think wide receiver factory is probably going to be Ohio State. Ohio State's putting them out, but not all of them are. Not all of them are living up to the hype. But we got a couple of years for that still. Right now, I really don't know. Besides LSU, I mean, current college football guys, there's not really any dominating school that has just a bunch of NFL potential top 10 wide receiver talents. But
Honestly, NIL kind of fucks it all up though.
Yeah.
People get more spread out than it used to be.
sort
You
of,
can't build it the same way that it was though. You really can't.
I would say it sort of messes it up, but I don't think NIL is impacting it as much as people thought.
I think it is.
I really don't. I don't think it's impacting that as
Um.
you're still gonna get 4 or 5 star recruits going to Bama, Georgia, Ohio State. Like prime example is the college football playoffs already. Ohio State is tumbling people like they normally do. Penn State is doing pretty well. If Arizona State was getting the the recruits from NIL, they would have fucking won a game. They didn't. Boise State didn't. They may get put on the map now, but I still think a lot of these people are still going to choose these power schools because they're the power schools. I just don't. I don't see them. I don't think NIL is impacting it as much. I think the transfer portal per se is impacting it more than anything.
That's true though too.
Because it's basically free agency every year for schools. This quarterback was shit for us, so we're not going to bring him back. Go somewhere else. We're going to go get a new guy. That's what I really think they need to fix. And a lot of guys, yeah, you could have NIL money and pretty decent money, but I think they'd rather play and be the star quarterback than make couple $100,000 to be the backup and never see the field. I guess too.
Some of these guys make a lot more than that.
But
Well, wasn't there a quarterback at the start of the year that completely opted out of playing for a team because he was going to get his NIL money?
UNLV, yep. He played 4 games, was able to stop playing because he wasn't getting his money, and now that still makes him eligible to like transfer and all that other shit. Like he doesn't lose a year of eligibility.
Stupid.
So
Well, because you can do that with redshirt or freshmen. They can play like 4 games, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that. But I just find it stupid that some guy would go to a school for money and leave because he's not getting paid that money. You go to a school, just play for the school. You should not be getting paid to be playing college ball. I find that dumb.
it's a job, so I think you deserve some type of compensation. But the schools aren't paying you. You're getting paid for your name, image, and likeness by a third party 99% of the time. I think.
Well, can you know this?
I think you 100%.
You should not be going to those schools. You going to those schools isn't to make yourself money.
But what I'm saying is, you're going to that school for an education, but a third party is paying you a salary to use your name, image, and likeness.
They literally talk about the boosters raising money to get these players over there.
That I don't agree with the school being involved. The school should not be involved.
If it was just outside things though, like I don't care if like Nike says I want to have.
Yeah, that's what I'm okay with. If you have,
I'm okay with that, but the boosters raising money to get fucking Dylan Raiola to fucking Nebraska, 515. Come on now.
That's I don't agree with that. I don't think if you are a boost affiliated with the school like that, it's like the whole Michael Orr thing where you went to college there, you donate to the college, and then you bring this guy in to try to go to your college. I think, but I guess he was family per se, whatever. I just think that it has to be a true third party. I think players deserve the right to make money off their name, image, and likeness. They shouldn't be held back for anything, especially with the amount of money that some of these people are making. You might as well, because you could have a career-ending injury in college and never see the money that you were going to see if you were supposed to make the NFL. While you're in college, you're making money to support yourself if something were to happen. Is big for me.
Yeah.
But oh shit.
What?
Notre Dame just took the opening kickoff to halftime for a touchdown, I believe.
Nice.
Do you have any other news?
No, I want to talk about
19-3.
How Ashton Genty kind of looked like shit.
That's a little. I don't know if you watched or looked at it at all.
I just saw the
He had
first time.
100 yards carrying with 8 people in the box.
Yeah, I just saw the first.
They were
time.
sitting
He
8
was
people in box the entire game, and Boise still wasn't throwing the ball.
You know what 8 people in the box didn't matter for? Adrian Peterson. All right.
You see that? You see that? AP. You don't need to see it. Just know.
I'm telling
Youngin.
I continue to say Genty's a little overhyped. He's not gonna, and he was having some issues holding on to that ball. So I think
Yeah,
that,
that's
That's
where
what
you
it
draw
felt.
the.
I kept seeing him fumble, and he was struggling once I watched it. No, I didn't watch the whole game, but
See,
I
but that's the one issue that draws. But Boise was handing him the ball 30 times while Penn State was sitting almost their entire defense in the box. Key on
30 times for
stopping
how
him.
many yards did he have rushing?
He had 105. But why do you keep giving the ball to a guy when they're keying to stop him? Throw the ball.
3.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
AP,
I don't know.
his whole career. Look at AP's yards per carry in the NFL. It is 4.5 or higher, and it's probably gone. Maybe it's down lower than that because of the end of his career. But AP had stacked boxes every time. They'd put goddamn fucking 8 men in the box every freaking game because we never had a quarterback. The only time they didn't once we had Favre and we were slinging it.
His average is 4.6.
Yeah, I don't know.
His MVP season, he averaged 6.
6. I remember that. Most dominant career, like
Genty-
most dominant season.
Genty he'll be fine if he has a line, depending on where he goes. Where people ever thinks he's going to get the Cowboys, I don't know. I just think he is not the best back that's going to be in. I don't think he's the best back coming in the college world or out of the college world into the draft.
To the
And I
draft,
think
yeah.
he's getting overhyped. He's
yeah.
literally the next Caleb Williams. I know he didn't win the Heisman, but he's getting overhyped. He's gonna come in and he's not gonna produce like people expect. And
Hey, he's not Caleb Williams, Skinny.
okay, in terms of the hype and everything with what's going on,
Here's what I'll give it a credit. It's easier to play running back unless you're Trent Richardson in the NFL than it is quarterback.
Yeah,
So
that's
Trent
true.
Richardson was like the most physically gifted runner out of Alabama and just could not fucking
Yeah.
see a hole to save his life.
Genty's over. That whole thing's just overhyped. Boise State should have never been the 4 seed. Should have probably never been in the playoffs.
The playoffs to me is so stupid. The way you win, so it's specific conferences. They win their conference. They make this top seeding, right?
The
I find
seeding,
that so dumb.
the seeding's trash because Oregon. I know they lost, but Oregon, the 1 seed, gets a bye, and then has to play the second best team in the nation, pretty much, at Ohio State, while Penn State plays Indiana. Didn't they play Indiana? Who the fuck did they play? I don't remember.
In the first round?
Yeah, and then they get to play.
No, they didn't play.
Ark- Who played Clemson? I don't remember.
Texas played Clemson.
Texas played Clemson. Yeah, but the number 1 overall seed, the next round should not be playing arguably the second best team in the college football playoffs.
They should have played the lowest seeded team left. Was that Ohio State?
No. Ohio State's number 5, I think. 6?
No, I think they were ranked 8th.
Hold on, let me look. We're gonna
Wait,
pull
I
up the
find-
college
I
football
just-
playoff bracket.
The whole thing's stupid to me because Penn State and Boise State's skill level, besides Genty being on that team, is so, like, it's so different. And when you look at that, when you're putting 8 people in a box against a line like that, I wouldn't expect him to get even 100 yards. They're getting beat every play.
What's
This is
Penn
like-
State's quarterback's name?
Oh yeah,
Something else?
Penn State played.
Allen.
Penn State
Allen.
played SMU and Boise State, while Oregon had to go and play Ohio State.
Yeah.
The seeding
But-
is what needs fixed because the number 1 seed, I think it needs to be a 12-man no bye. Everybody gets a first round game. Lowest seed plays, 12 seed plays the
That's
number 1 seed.
probably the
And
smart way of
you
putting
do
it.
it how the NFL does it, where the lowest seed plays the highest seed each round. You reseed it every time. I think that's how it needs to work in some capacity because you should not get a Penn State road of playing SMU, who barely got in and lost to Clemson, and then Boise State, who should have never been the 3 seed. Sorry, the 3 seed, because Arizona State was the 4 seed. That's your road.
I don't know. I think what the playoff is proving is exactly what I thought it was going to do. Is it's a lot of big schools shitting on the smaller schools who made it in because they won their little school championship and they got into the playoff. I find that so dumb because it's there's no entertainment there at
Well, in
all.
Arizona State almost beat Texas, which
That's the shocking
that's.
thing.
But
Which
like
it almost looked like it was going to
teams
be a
that I almost
blowout.
would have rather seen in the playoff were like BYU, Iowa State. Like Bama just lost to Michigan, so like I would have rather seen these teams.
That's right, dude. My BYU got fucked over, dude. My Mormons did.
Well, the shit on Colorado. Yeah, the college football playoff has to be fixed, and especially when it comes to the seeding, because I know Oregon lost. It happens, but a 1 seed should not be playing arguably the second best team, and a team like Penn State getting a basically again the 5 seed is getting the free ride pretty much playing the 12,
Yeah.
12 or 3 or 4, or the Penn State was the 6 seed playing the 11 or whatever the fucking 11 and 4 3 11 and 3 like I just
Did BYU lose after the burrito guy? Was it BYU?
no, that was Florida State. Florida State lost.
No, I thought who was it that shoved the burrito up their ass? For what team? I thought it was BYU.
I don't remember what team it was that actually did it, but
But I feel like they set the playoff for the last like 4 games in the Natty to be the best.
or was
games
it
of
Kansas
and
State?
Just call it good.
Maybe it was Kansas State.
No, I think it was BYU.
Dude,
Because I remember.
Why are we trying to figure out who
I-
shoved the burrito
I
up
don't
whose
know.
butt?
I don't.
Because it's big. It was big news. It was funny back then.
It was funny. It was fucking hilarious. That
Well,
somebody
it was the
would do
funnier
that.
part was that he bought it and then actually froze the burrito. We just never saw the part when he shoved it up his butt.
He just said he did.
It was yeah.
I don't even think he said he did. I think he just bought a burrito.
Everybody
Probably on
thinks
Twitter.
he did it. He was a true. He lived up to his word. Do you have any more news? I got some here quick.
No, I
Okay.
object.
Carson Beck declares for the NFL draft. He's out, by the way. So Georgia's currently playing with their backup, and they're losing 20-3 now.
No.
Mr. Irrelevant pick right there.
Yeah. Ken Walker's on IR for Seattle, so he's done for. Deshaun Jackson is now the head coach of Delaware State, so we're getting a lot of former players taking
Oh,
over.
that's crazy.
Be interesting to see how he does. Shaq Barrett signs with the Bucks. He wasn't claimed on the waivers, which if he would have been claimed on the waivers, he couldn't have played. So some team could have picked him up just to fuck with the team. But back with the Bucks.
I thought Stack Barrett has been a Buck.
No, he
and
was.
he was-
He signed
he
with.
was on
He
the
signed with the Miami, retired,
Oh,
and then he's been retired pretty much all season.
No, he did. He did play with the Bucks. You're right.
Well, yeah, he was on the Bucks. Yes, yeah. Then he signed with Miami this year.
Gotcha.
Teddy Bridgewater signs with the Lions. Back with the Lions. What a high school. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
he
it's such a
Yeah.
stupid. It was such a dumb thing. He just wants his money, and then
he
he's
won a
probably-
high school championship as a head
Pattern.
coach, and and then was like, you know what? Let's go play back with the Lions again. And then lastly, the Cowboys released Zeke, so he has the ability to sign with a contender if anybody
the
needs him.
ability to go work at Walmart. Go put the fries in my bag, Zeke, please.
Scores, we have Eagles 41-7 versus the Cowboys. It was domination. Like Micah Parsons' interview after the game. Besides 5 or 6 plays, the game was very close and competitive. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, a lot of their touchdowns were on long plays, but it still doesn't matter. That game was over before it even started.
Shut-
Tanner McKee threw 2 touchdowns on the Cowboys. Who the fuck is that guy?
Damn right.
Disrespect him. Vikings 27-25 Packers. That game score doesn't reflect
I
how
agree.
dominant the Vikings were in that game.
We
The
controlled
Vikings
the game.
trying to blow leads to the Packers. It's happened twice this year,
Yeah.
and I bet Marcus was shaking in his boots, dude, and just sitting there watching them almost come back.
No, I didn't. I was fine. We were in control of that game the whole time.
Yeah, see,
We
that's
really
that's
were.
the crazy. Like to say you only won by 2, it felt like the Vikings were up 25. Just with how.
Well, think about it. We missed what 2 field goals in that game.
But even then, that's only 8. Like I felt like
I
the
mean, you guys
game.
were up 27-3 at one point, I think, and that's I don't know if you guys started just running the ball, drawing it back a little bit, but
I don't know.
I don't
Justin
know.
Jefferson, smoke
I guess
showing
you got it.
everyone. Do you see his catch that got called back?
Yeah,
Dude's the best receiver in the league.
yeah. No, it was an impressive game. I just felt the Vikings. The score did not reflect how dominant they were over the Packers. Like it should have not been by 2 points. Ravens 31 to the Texans 2. Here we are. Texans overperformed last year. Everybody's like, oh, they're this hype team. Luckily, they're in a shittier division. And we're kind of seeing what the Texans should have been last year. They were rough. I know CJ Stroud has played better than what he's expected. And I know they've dealt with some injuries, but to not be able to score a single point besides a safety, not looking too hot for that offense.
I think Stephon Diggs meant more to that offense than people give him credit for. He's
Yeah,
kind of
for
a
sure.
safety valve
And-
in the
I mean, yeah,
Red
you've
zone.
lost Stephon Diggs, you lost Tank Dell again.
Mm-hmm.
You just signed Deontay Johnson, which I imagine he's gonna see an increased role here, week 18, and get some reps in, and then the playoffs. But that offense, if you're not, they got the only time that like their games where they've been like super successful is just letting Joe Mixon, like getting Joe Mixon hot, is what's making that team perform. And when he's being limited, they've lost pretty much every time he's gone single digits in fantasy.
That game lost me my fantasy game. I just want to say that. Very upset about that.
Okay, well, you got luckier than shit. Winning
Amon-Ra State Browns like go.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
Think about it. Last week, the week before, he had beat me because Josh Jacobs got benched, and then
Yeah,
see,
beautiful.
like just complete horseshit. Like that's the luck,
here-
the luck of
here's the
fantasy
thing.
football.
I would take
Yeah.
Austin winning the dynasty 10 out of 10 times over him winning your league.
Me too.
Oh, I was looking at it and I was like, out of all the both leagues I thought I would have won, I would have thought I would have won our league altogether and not the dynasty, just because the dynasty was just hopes and prayers. I mean, Jaden Daniels carried my team the entire year.
Here's
so.
the thing, Austin. The hard part about the fantasy championship is it doesn't matter if you're 7-7 or you're
3-1.
yeah or 11-2. It doesn't matter because you either win it or you don't, and your season's over. Like
Because
my
Kaimi
team,
Fairburn gets 0 fucking points and Nico
look at all
Collins
of our
gets 8.
leagues. I probably scored the most points in any league that we're in with that team in my league, and lost
Yeah.
the Senior championship. Who was 7-7, who barely squeaked by because people couldn't do shit. Like it's kind of crazy how it just works. Like the year I won, I was 7-7.
I was so annoyed that Sini lost to Brooke because I was sitting there and I'm going, let's not let any money go to Marcus or Brooke because I just know if Brooke makes it, I'm going to lose. I texted him and I said, what the fuck? I was like, you can't give these Maries this dirty money, bro. Terrible.
Dude, it's our league, and you guys are just living in it. All we need to do
What-
is win one more championship between one of us, and then
That's what
we're
happens
just
when Marcus
dominant.
when Marcus coaches 2 teams.
Okay, yeah. No one talks about Courtney winning 2 rings, and Skinny did no coaching.
Yeah, but now
within the same
now
period.
Courtney sucks because Skinny didn't help.
No,
so.
she honestly just didn't try this year. She really like. There'd be times I'm pretty sure she didn't even check her lineup. She just didn't care this year. So,
Brooke's gonna be so hyped in it. I wonder what time is it.
5:20, so she should be here soon. Last one here, Giants 45-33 to the Colts. Because of this win, the Giants lost their number 1 overall pick and now pick number 4. Idiots.
How ass are the Colts?
Yeah, let me tell you,
Idiots.
So ass.
without that game, without those 2 touchdowns, because Malik Neighbors' touchdowns both came on huge plays. You beat me by quite a bit though,
His
didn't you?
first one was like a 20 or 30-yard catch and run. It wasn't that big
But
of a play.
how many points did you beat me by? I didn't even look. I knew by the. I didn't even look. Well, Monroe had another 20.
Let me look.
It's him, Brian Thomas. I didn't even. Monroe was fine. It
I
was
beat
him,
you
Brian.
by 29 points.
Oh yeah. See. Well, at least if you're gonna get beat, I guess get beat bad. There's nothing that I could have done.
Yeah. Yeah. 29 points. I almost didn't play Amon-Ra just so I could be up the like 9 and then but I was like fuck it. I got to get my highest average, like get as much as I can for an average. But yeah, the Giants are stupid. They should I don't know why you're not just purposely tanking and keeping that
Because
number one
Dable's trying to
pick.
save his job.
It doesn't like what does that one extra win get you? Nothing. The fourth overall
Nothing.
pick, where both quarterbacks could potentially be off the board, that which you need a quarterback, and your next best thing is probably a lineman. Like
Yeah.
I don't think.
That could be the difference between what.
I just want to put it out there. If anybody drafts Shadur in the top 4, they're the dumbest franchise in history. If anybody
Bet.
drafts him because his
Bet.
last name has value, get the
Bet.
fuck out.
Bet someone does.
I'll
Bet.
bet
He
that.
was. Well, the other one too is the Eagles could potentially lose this game because they're not playing any starters for the most part, and the Giants are going to have their guys out there. The Eagles could lose this, and the Giants could fall a couple more spots now, even too.
Who's number one? Who's number one?
The
now?
Patriots.
So it's Travis Hunter first, and then I think the Jags and Titans. Are
They will
number
not
two.
take.
Travis. Yeah,
They-
they won't take Travis.
They
Hunter.
won't take Travis.
You don't even
Hunter.
take Travis Hunter. They
No,
want
a team-
2 Christian Gonzalez's on the defense.
No.
Like a team that would be like a Travis Hunter team
They would
would
go
be
take.
like.
They would.
Like-
They.
Go ahead.
No, sorry.
I feel like a Travis Hunter team will be like a franchise. Like it reminds me of like a Browns or like a Giants, where like the franchise is like once hype. They've been bad for so long and haven't had much success. Like they take something like that.
I was thinking the Jags.
Yeah, they fall in that category too. But fuck, why, dude?
Where are you?
Jags have
Where
so much.
where are we using Travis Hunter at? Are we doing him as a 2-way player? Are we going in that direction?
So
or
I think I was talking about this. I think he's going to focus on DB and be a full-time DB. But a team like the Jaguars, you have injuries at wide receiver. You need help at wide receiver, but your defense is bad. You draft him as a DB, but you're going to bring him in at times to play receiver. It's not like he can't
That's
do
smart,
it.
yeah.
Like that's
What
why
are you gonna do though in fantasy? He's gonna break fantasy then.
Yeah, that's where the issue becomes. I don't think he's gonna do a. He'd be a guy that have like 300 to 500 yards receiving in a year, but he's primarily playing defense. Is my guess. That's what I'm envisioning it because
Depends on what team he goes to. In my opinion.
you can't focus on being a receiver and go and try to play DB. You have to focus on DB, and you can go play receiver still. Like it's not like
But there have been people that have, like Deion Sanders did get reps at wide receiver. It wasn't a lot, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying is he's gonna
yeah.
focus on DB, focus on playing that as your
Yeah, you're
main
probably
position, and go fill in at wide receiver when they might have special plays for him, packages, those type of things where he's playing, one every 6 offensive snaps. He's not
it might be better for a player like him to play DB because he understands receiver and he'll probably have some of the best ball skills as a DB in the NFL, probably.
Yeah, so that's where I think he's better at there. But
I think it kind of just depends on what team he goes to, because if the team he goes to really needs wide receiver help, like, say, the Patriots, because they have Christian Gonzalez already, then you throw him in that receiver.
But usually you're gonna for the combine you're gonna focus on one thing, and you're gonna talk to and tell teams what you personally kind of want, and teams are gonna tell you what they want. So if a team wants you to be wide receiver and he's focused on DB, maybe that's not going to be a good matchup.
The Patriots
That's
will
true.
not keep the first overall pick.
Yeah,
if
they're-
they have the first overall pick, they're trading back.
Yeah.
I'd put money on it.
Yeah, and the teams like the Giants are going to have to look at potentially trading up now because they're idiots. Bowl games. Iowa State beats Miami 42-41. Cam Ward passes Case Keenum for the D1 career passing touchdowns. In the first half, he had 3 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, you guys don't
He
win
have
that game if he stays in and plays the whole game.
Hey,
You guys don't know.
they were only down 3 at half when he was still playing, so it's not like it was a complete shit show. It was a shootout. It really was.
Did he
But
play an
he
extra
probably did.
year for that?
He
For that,
played.
like, was he-
Yeah, so he played 2 years at FCS and then played 3 years in FBS.
Oh, okay.
So
So
his record-
the FCS touchdowns wouldn't count for
No, they do.
the FBS.
For
Oh,
it's
they do?
It's Division 1.
That's so stupid. To me.
That's where people don't feel, because his one of his years he threw like 70 touchdowns.
Put an asterisk. Put an
That's what a
asterisk
lot of
next to
people
it.
are saying. BYU defeats Colorado 36-14. BYU was up 27-0 in the third quarter at one point. Colorado was not as good as people I think thought they were. BYU is better than I think people thought they were. Like I said, BYU probably deserved a spot in over some of those
The
teams.
fighting Mormons, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis Hunter had a bad game. Probably was out late taking his girlfriend to parties. So
He doesn't drink
Okay.
though.
Yeah.
now he's just
He
outside
was-
sitting there.
His girl drinks.
He was taking her to rapper's house.
Yeah.
houses,
His
filmed
girl
some
his
music
girl drinks
videos.
enough for him.
You know what that seems like? That almost like sitting in the other room while your girlfriend's just like in another room with a guy. Like this is how that feels. Like why would you want to do that?
Is Austin calling Travis Hunter a cuckold on our podcast?
He is 100% a cuckold. That is 100% what it is.
Heard it here first, folks.
Skinny's gonna at Travis Hunter on this.
Yeah.
I'm
Travis
not saying,
Hunter,
I'm
are
not
you
saying
cuckold?
he's a cuckold, dude. I wouldn't say that about you, Trav, but little Austin thinks you're a cuckold, and that's terrible.
How can you not say that? What do you think she's doing inside these parties while you're sitting outside? Like the whole thing is just bizarre to me. But anyways, we can go on with more news. That's
Not
my
good
rant.
thing, not good thing.
Missouri 27, Iowa 24. Missouri was down 10 in the third quarter, and Iowa gave it up. Just not.
That's so terrible.
Illinois defeats South Carolina 21-17. Kind of shocked by that, Illinois, but Big Tens, dude. Besides Iowa, they've been looking good pretty much in their bowl games. I don't know what the other Big Ten bowl games have looked like. Penn State 31, Boise State 14. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even worried. Knew that was not going to be good. Ohio State beats Oregon 41-21. I turned that game off before halftime because Oregon,
It's 34-0.
dude, it was crazy how the first time they played, it was super competitive. Such a good game. Like, it was a great game to watch. Just back and forth and everything. The ending, Dan Lanning being super smart with, helping out that ending. But then you just go and see that. Ohio State right now, I think is the team to beat. They looked good offensively and defensively. Like they haven't.
No one really talked about him all year.
Yeah, and they haven't looked stagnant like they have. And the other one too is you lose to Michigan and you get made fun of and all this stuff. So they're out here trying to prove a point. And then Texas 39-31 against Arizona State in overtime. That Scatabo dude had 143 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 8 catches, and 99 yards. Pretty sure he had a concussion and didn't leave the game. But that
Is
dude's
he going into the draft this year?
Yeah,
yeah,
he should be.
yeah.
Dude,
And
honestly,
I
I'm
would
not gonna
pick him
lie.
higher than Genty.
It's kind of I don't know about that. Maybe. Yeah.
He is more
Yeah,
of a
look,
because he's gonna be more of
He's like a power back.
he's gonna be more of like a David Montgomery role for a team. Like you're in between the tackle roles. He's a hard guy to bring down.
He's got breakaway speed though. He
He's-
burnt a corner.
Genty is a guy that's gonna be a full time starter for the most part. Like clearly,
do it all back. Yeah.
he'll be like probably 70-30 or whatever team he goes to. Maybe not right
he's-
away.
I-
Scalaboo is more of a guy that's gonna see the 30 or 40, not be the main guy.
Yeah, he's way more hyped than Bijan was.
Yeah, dude, it was impressive. He was a tank, hard to take down, but yeah, came down. There was a bunch of like 2 targeting calls that were controversial, not called. One against Arizona State, one against Texas. Everybody's complaining about them. Hey, leave targeting out of the game. I'm happy. I've seen some really bad targeting calls before. Bad betting, we went 3-1 last week, so right now you'd be up about 250, 280 if you've been parlaying them. We're 35-27 on the year, so we're gonna finish above 500 again. Woo, woo. This week sucks just because there's so many bad games to just like I have no idea what to worry about. So we're gonna do some games that matter for at least playoff seeding and potential division. We're going to take the Packers minus 10.5 against the Bears because I think the Packers are between that 6 and 7 seed. Bills minus 2.5 versus the Pats because I think the Bills could fall to the 3rd seed. I'm not for sure. Plus the Pats have been ass anyway. So, and Mitch Trubisky looked so good when he came in and filled in for Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks minus 13.5 against the Saints. Got to win to get in. And the Falcons minus 7.5 versus the Panthers. They also have to win to get in and hope for some losses. If you want to parlay those together, it'd be about $10. Pays $126. So good luck. Again, odds are subject to change, all that, depending on what's going on. Couple points. New Year's resolutions, guys. It's the new year. Y'all have any resolutions for yourself for this year? Any big resolution, guys?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is my manager texted our group chat and was like, "What's your guys' New Year's resolutions for your job?" You think anybody really put that together and was like, "Yeah, I really need something I've been thinking about. I want to change."
Dude, you were just telling me that you want to be a manager. What do you mean? That's your resolution, bro.
Well, I mean, that's what I was going to tell her. I said, "Make me a freaking KM. I just want more
All
money."
right. What would you say? A team lead? It technically be like a team lead, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah. But
17.
other than that, I'm just
Imagine-
trying to hit the gym more.
Imagine going to Chipotle and having a 17-year-old be your team lead. I'd be like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Well, technically, the one I want to do is like you sit back kind of, but you have the title. So that's kind of it.
It was like Gabe Condi being the manager at Hy-Vee, bro, once we were like 16.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was kind of crazy. But my New Year's resolution is to go to the gym with Brookie. Overall health.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Skinny? What's yours?
The health for big. I got the spin bike. I bought a sauna finally, so that comes in today.
You did?
yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I bought it. Comes in today. I gotta make room for shit. I gotta get rid of. I'm getting rid of some of this furniture down here.
Dude, which one did you buy?
I don't fucking know. I'll send you the link later.
Is it a Steam one?
I think so. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you have to send me it.
I just
I wonder
bought
if
one.
it's
I just
the
bought one that I knew I could stand up in, so I didn't have to like.
It's one of those
sit
just
down.
like big gray like tents.
Pretty much. I mean, that's
Yeah,
literally all it is.
I have one. Now we
Um,
have to for sure do a podcast from the sauna.
And then I got
You.
a for Christmas. I asked for like this like push up machine thing that like it basically has where your arms like if you want to because like I can do a push up. I can do push ups, but like I don't know to work certain things in your push up. You know, focus more on your chest. So this thing like it's like this cool gadget thing to like.
Does it adjust to more inward grip?
Yeah, like
crap that?
inwards, outwards, like shit like that. Like it's just
Is
cool
it like a
shit.
board?
Sort of, yeah. And then
'Cause I've seen that thing where it's like a board with handles and you switch them and then
yeah,
everything.
and then focus on my golf game, of course. But my biggest one that I'm gonna try to like push. I talked to my sister about it. She laughed and said she's fine with it because you know how my sister is with some, you know, like I asked her to see how her mind would view this if I did it, and she laughed and thought it was a good idea. But I'm gonna make the word cunt more socially acceptable in America.
Wow.
I have a whole plan to make it happen. So,
My lovely brother-in-law bought my stepmother a mug that says cunt.
well, yeah.
Really?
I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's
Not me.
funny.
Not me.
Not you, different brother-in-law.
I'm gonna no.
Good call, not getting her that.
Yeah,
Good call.
I'm gonna. No, my plan is to basically, like people in Australia and New Zealand say it all the fuck. Basically, it's like their word for dude or bro. What's up, cunts? Like, bloody fuck. Like, I'm gonna make the word cunt kind of socially acceptable. And
How do you plan on doing that? Just start walking up to any chick and just say
no,
it?
no. The first plan is I'm gonna start calling my friends cunts. Just every one of my friends, like in group chats, like "What's up, cunts?" or "What's up, cunt?" Like out in public, whatever. I'm gonna start it that way. Then, because I can trust them, I'm gonna move out onto my friends' significant others and do it in group settings. So they're gonna see that they're gonna see, oh, he called Marcus a cunt. He just called me a cunt. And then as we go out, it's gonna be. I'm gonna make it happen.
You should start calling Courtney that and see how she takes it.
No, she's my wife. I would never call her. I would never call Courtney a bro or a dude. So I'm never gonna call her a cunt. It's gonna work. I swear it's gonna work.
Skinny, you need to go to church and find Jesus.
Dude, the second you call Brooke a cunt, she's slapping you.
No, because it's not like I'm just one day gonna go up to her and say, "What's up, cunt?" It's I'm gonna call people cunts in front of her, and for them to stimulate that I'm doing it as not a bad thing. Like,
oh my god,
you think Brooke would care?
No.
One second, I'm gonna see her location, see if she's here.
a lot of people find words very offensive, Marcus. You never know.
Yeah, but they can fuck off. So
not Brooke, dude. She grew up around the Marys. What do you mean?
I mean, I guess that's fair.
So exactly, I'm gonna make the word cunt socially acceptable. At least.
Oh, no.
You're barely socially acceptable.
My
All right, Brooke is here. I'm gonna go grab her.
My tent was packaged. My package was delivered. My tent was delivered.
Congratulations, Brooke.
Thanks, Austin.
What's up, champ?
Very sad.
What's up?
For this episode, I got this one. Skinny will never have this one. It's in his league. He may have beat me, but he doesn't have one in his league, baby girl.
I'm sending Kaimi Fairburn back to wherever he comes from. That freaking motherfucker got 0 points.
But,
so currently we have.
Would you take my hand in fantasy marriage and marry me, champ?
Yes.
Currently, we have 3 league winners in here this year. Marcus has previously won, so nobody cares about that anymore, right?
Between the 3 of you, I have one less championship than you guys. Crazy. Dominance is what they call me.
Yeah, you can't win more.
Brooke won my league. Austin won the Dynasty League that we started up this year for the podcast. And I not only won Marcus's league, I beat Marcus head-to-head for the league.
It's funny because he did beat me, but I played the wrong players because I felt bad.
Shut the fuck.
Because I'm like, this guy can't go 0-7 in fantasy championships. Like I'm already like, we've had that league for 3 years. I've been in the championship 3 years in a row. I'm like, I've won one. I was like, I gotta spread the love to Skinny. Yeah. So congratulations, Skinny, on winning my league. You basically pulled off exactly what I pulled off, and actually not as impressive because I needed so much help. It was insane. But you pulled off what I pulled off in 2022.
Oh, no. It was impressive. You were the highest. Dude, you had outscored everybody by over 100 points. It was fucking impressive.
No, what I'm saying when my league...
Yeah, I had to have 3 people lose behind me. Otherwise, I wasn't going to make it in, and all 3 people lost.
Yeah, I know. It's such bullshit. I know. and here's the thing. I was the most dominant. I scored 1,900 points. Like my team's averaged, so whatever 19 divided by 14 games is.
I think it's like 170, something like that.
Oof. Yeah, like my team was dominant, and then Skinny's team came in here and took down Goliath. So it's so sad, but you know what? Congratulations to you, Skinny.
Oh, sorry, not 170, 135. You averaged 135.
which is quite a bit in
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah, see, and then I came in the playoffs. I averaged 170 points. That's the only
Is that,
fucking
is that what, is
Yeah,
that what
and
I
then
averaged over the season? Was
Yeah.
135 in our league? Probably.
Yeah, you averaged
Oh, no.
30 up there.
He has over 1,900 points.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Well, I had Nico Collins and JT and Derrick Henry, who at the start were freaking red
Yeah,
hot.
dude, Austin. Our losses were the same. We were both dominant. And you were
Could have played
dominant.
JT Moody and had a better chance, and he missed like 3 field goals. Pissed me off.
Well, it makes me feel better that I looked at my scores and this week, if I would have made it to the championship, I would have had another loss in Skinny's league. So thank God I didn't make it to the
Which
championship.
I placed third in all of our other leagues, and of course, in my league, I fucking outscore both of you again, like I always fucking do when I get third. It doesn't
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
literally doesn't make any fucking sense how this shit works.
Dude, I
as long
kept
as you
saying,
ring
I
in
kept-
your league, I don't care. I really don't care. Go ahead.
I
Austin.
said like 3 weeks in a row that Devontae Adams was gonna eventually fuck me after scoring like 20 points 2 weeks in a row, and yeah, he scored fucking 8 against the Bills. Who would have thought?
And on
So-
top of it, in the dynasty, Austin, you won off of a garbage time
Mickey,
touchdown.
dude, Mickey moused my fucking way to that ship. Skinny should have beat me the week prior. I told Skinny, yeah, get fucked. And because I saw Jacobs got benched, and I was like,
Yeah, what the
you
fuck?
got screwed.
All because the Saints
yeah.
are ass.
Austin totally threw shade at you before everything. You know what he tried to
What
do you
say?
mean?
He said that I managed both the teams.
Oh, I was kidding. That was a joke.
That is
But-
so not true, actually.
But I was washing dishes at Chipotle with the phone set up on the rack as I'm washing dishes, and I'm watching Amon-Ra scores a touchdown. And I'm like, I just won $400. Hell yeah! And then I see Jared Goff through it, and I'm like, I'm only 6 points down. I'm 1 touchdown away.
You
And then
should
Jameer
see
Gibbs
her.
runs it in.
Because I'm watching it with her, and obviously I want Brooke to win, not you.
Yeah.
We already decided we wanted. I was sad that AJ didn't win. Basically, a perfect matchups would have been I won, Brooke won, and AJ won, and it was all the Marys. But I got shit on by both you guys, I guess.
Dude,
Yeah.
our other league, if you want to speak about dominance, fucking DJ has won back-to-back Dynasty League championships.
That is crazy.
That's impressive.
That's crazy to do. Now, granted, I set myself up with that league. I got 3 first-round picks.
yeah, you got dead last and 3 first-round picks, so you're looking good to draft pretty much whatever the fuck you want.
Hey, that's gonna be me next year. You just watch.
You know, it'd be interesting. Someone was saying, which would kind of make it cool. Have next year, if you get the first overall, if you lose it out, you get the first overall pick, and the other 6 teams play based off of how you perform in the thing. So if you win out, you get the second overall pick and go back to back to back. It's not something we have to do, but kind of interesting. So that way, it kind of.
I think the takeaway from this motherfucker tanking is just if you win, you get to pick your pick, because that's some bastard shit to do.
We could. I mean, I don't know. Everyone does it differently. We could figure out something.
I don't know.
but-
Having the punishment for the Dynasty League is smart, so people are like, oh, I don't want to do a punishment, so they at least try not to tank. But you and Skylar are fucking bastards. You
Hey,
both.
dude, no rules against it.
I know. We are implementing shit next year.
Yeah,
to,
I told him he should.
You
should
at
fine
least
your guys'
we at
asses
least
like
have to have a
$5.
full lineup set, and they all have to be like active on a roster players, not fucking.
Dude, my team freaking blew towards the end. Though I had a lot of injuries, so what are you gonna do? You're just playing who you got to play.
Bro, my team sucked at one point, and then I think I went on to win like 6-1 on the back half of the year, like complete opposite of
I
the
was-
one on
I was
the
5-0.
with us.
At
one point?
that league. Yeah. My team was skinny. My team was really good. And then what happened is, what's his face got hurt. Diggs got hurt. Rashid Rice got hurt. Diggs got hurt. Anthony Richardson got benched. Dalton Kincaid
Why
never
would you-
panned out.
You drafted Rashid Rice off for him to get arrested and not used next year.
Nah, he'll be used. Don't even worry about it. Dude, he's still the best receiver on
prison.
the team. I think Rashid
Used
Rice
in
right now,
prison.
yeah, he can be in prison. That's fine. You know, people that go to prison make great NFL football players. Ask Michael Vick.
Bro
Almost
came
all-
back for like 3 years, won a comeback
Oh,
player of the
bro
year.
came
award,
back
kinda
and
good.
bro came from prison and figured out how to pass the ball, dude.
Yeah. All right,
Henry
Brooke.
Ruggs, he's 29, is going to be
Brooke.
the best
We're gonna ask
receiver in the league.
each champion who was your best draft pick that you think led to your
Gibbs. Honestly, yeah. I
Yeah,
think it was
fuck that
Gibbs.
little
Well, and then David Montgomery getting hurt definitely helped that last couple weeks. Getting all that workload.
No, it was Def Gibbs. Honestly, I feel like everyone else I had a lot of highs and lows, but he was probably my most consistent player.
You went through a lot of injuries this year,
I
too.
had a fuck ton of injuries. A fuck ton.
Yeah, you started off without Puka, and then
Dak Prescott got hurt.
yeah.
Oh, what's up with Trey McBride catching a fucking touchdown the 1 week I have to play against him? That's some bullshit.
Honestly, he did me quite a few solids this year too. Actually,
With no
He was
touchdowns,
funny.
think about it too. I mean,
yeah,
without scored a single touchdown, he
He'd
was
been
putting up
tight
a
end
fuck ton of
one
points.
with
yeah, he got me
having,
what
30.
30 points against
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah,
In
yeah. Austin, who is your best draft?
the
Wait.
dynasty,
Well, the league you won. I don't give a shit about any of the other leagues.
Jaden Daniels, 100%. He was my consistent 25. He's what got me up. That got me to come back against in the championship because I knew he was going to score 30 against the Falcons. So it's so it got me right back in position. So
Yeah, I'd have to say Jaden Daniels or Neighbors was probably mine in Marcus's league. Having a
it
two
was between
quarterback
him and
league.
Amon-Ra, honestly, too.
And it was an auction league, so I got some of those guys pretty fucking cheap too.
Auction's by far my favorite.
Yeah, I
way
can't
to
fucking
draft him.
figure it out.
Austin.
Don't spend $100 on CMC. I mean, that's the.
I didn't do that.
I know. I'm just saying it's.
Austin, the key to it is to really, really figure out the players that you want, get them, and then be smart with it. Every single year, everyone screws themselves over because they spend so much money. I got Joe Burrow for $12. Joe Burrow was probably the biggest steal in that auction draft.
One
Yeah.
of, yeah.
It was so successful. You have to just be patient on players and really go and get them. I don't. The auction draft is fun. You just gotta figure it out. You gotta not you're trying to draft it like it's a snake draft. Draft it like it's based off of values. Look for values in the auction draft.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now we, like Marcus and I were talking about, we're kind of excited for it to finally be over.
Oh, dude.
Just be done with fantasy for a while. Relax.
But you get to just enjoy football now.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about all that.
I don't
stuff.
think people understand how much effort goes into to be as dominant as me and Skinny have been in fantasy football, making the playoffs and stuff like that. Part of it's the podcast, but we probably look at and listen to countless videos, countless, reports and news and stuff like that. It's like a full-on job. I mean, what would you say you spend a week
What
on
he's
fantasy?
saying is that you guys neglect your families for all of football season.
No, Skinny's
fine.
in his little booth at work listening to fantasy podcasts.
I do pretty much everything at work, so
Yeah.
if
But
you're
still, how
listening
many
to
hours
this,
a week do you spend on fantasy, you think?
I couldn't give a number. A lot.
I'd at least say I spend a good 4 to 5 hours a week on fantasy each week.
Well, joke's on you guys. I winged my whole season and got
And-
second place and first place.
And
so.
if it's even yeah, but again, luck of it with certain things.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, luck.
Skinny
I mean,
dissed
it
on
really
all my
does.
picks in his league, and I still eventually lost. But I think most of the people he dissed on me for picking all did really good. So
Here's the thing: I thought your team was fool's gold. Skylar thought your team was fool's gold, and so did Skinny at one point. You know how lucky you had to be for all those players to hit the way they did, and Devontae Adams sucked most of the year till the last month of the year.
Mhm. And I played.
You have to do it.
I stuck with him as much as I didn't want to do it. I stuck with him because I knew him and Rogers. There had to be some way in hell that they got on the same page. I was like, one more fucking 5 points.
Nico Collins having the play that he did helped, especially with Stephon Diggs getting hurt, because then it was like he's completely out of
But
the
then
equation.
he got hurt. So it
Brock
was
Bowers drafting 4 rounds early. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was panned
best
fucking
pick.
out great, panned out
Brock
fucking
Bowers
great.
is good. He's so.
I
damn
knew
good.
Brock Bowers was going to be worth at least something in fantasy, but not 4 rounds fucking early.
No, I knew
Take
that.
away Jaden Daniels,
Who
he's
else
the
were
rookie of the year.
Raiders? Who else were the Raiders gonna throw to? The guy is a wide receiver.
Jacoby
That looks like
Myers was literally
Devontae Adams
Yeah.
was on the team.
exactly they.
Oh, at that point, but I drafted him too.
I hated the Raiders taking.
You know what my
Bowers.
biggest regret is, though? Even though it panned out because I got Jared Goff, is it would have helped me a lot more in the future of if I kept T. Higgins. But Jared Goff was actually my fantasy MVP. He was number 1. Averaged more points than Derrick Henry. So the trade worked out for me really good.
It worked
but
out for me
in
great,
that
too.
Week,
Because
yeah,
I
He
needed
got fucking 42 points this week. It's some bullshit.
I needed that flex player.
Yeah, if you would
'cause-
have kept him, you would have won a championship. But you didn't.
No,
you lost
Jared
the big
Goff,
gal.
Jared Goff did really good, and I had nowhere else to put it.
What was
No-
your
no
who was your
one else
quarterback,
quarterback.
besides Jared Goff? You had
Rogers.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why my team name's Coach
he wouldn't have
Rogers,
won.
so I
He
had to
still
do the
wouldn't have
trade.
fucking won if he
Yeah,
had
it
Rodgers.
didn't matter who you put on there, dog. The big
But yeah,
girl,
I had to-
he was gonna beat your fucking ass.
My biggest
dog.
fucking draft mistake was
Right,
getting Travis Etienne. I should have took Derrick Henry, and I fucking knew it after I drafted Etienne. I was like, I should have taken Derrick Henry.
Bullshit.
Oh, 100%.
Bullshit.
100%.
Bullshit.
That was
Me and
like
you
the one
both.
wanted.
Me and you both talked about how old fucking Derrick Henry was.
Yeah, but
we both.
but
were like,
a part of me deep down was like, Derrick Henry is still going to have a better season than Travis Etienne. It didn't matter if it was what he's doing. I thought Etienne was going to have a way better season than he fucking
before
did.
If you really
Before the
thought
season-
about it,
I thought Sam Darnold was going to be the best quarterback, top 10 quarterback in fantasy football, and I was about to pick him up, but then I thought, but he's a Viking. Why would I do that?
Because deep down you know you don't trust the Viking. You don't trust it.
Because I didn't. Because that's not true.
And then I picked him up.
She did. She rolled off. You won a championship with Sam Darnold and Bo Nix.
I know.
And she sold her soul, Skinny. I want you to know, I watched the game when she won with her because I watched the last 2 Sunday Night Footballs because Brooke watches no football.
That's
She
not
sold
true. I
her
watch
soul.
him every
She
Sunday
sold her
night.
soul to the Packers organization. She's like, if you guys get a pick 6 and a fumble, I'll be a Packers fan next year. I'll watch all your games. I listened to her say that in our room. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
That's
I was really hoping the Packers got negative points too, unlike the fucking Colts.
Well, when the Packers
and-
play the Saints, and then who did they play the following week? Who did they play last week?
Minnesota.
Oh,
And on top of that, yeah, that was a bold move playing them. Once I saw that, I was like, dude, she either knows something we don't, or this is dumb. But
I
you
clearly
won.
do. I
Yeah.
picked up Sam Darnold too.
But yeah.
she was evening out some of the points, dude. All right,
Yeah, we were watching the game, and we were watching the game, and I was like, "Oh, you need this many points to win," and we were going back and forth last week. She beat you, Austin, and we were watching it, and like she's like, because you came in between like 4 points, like Austin was 4 points in
I
there.
was
And
one
like,
fucking Jared Goff touchdown away.
No,
I
I know.
needed that game to stay a shootout, and it didn't.
No, I know. And then I was like talking to Brooke, and I was like, oof. I was like, I think you'll be all right. And then he got inside to where, like, statistically he couldn't have got it or he would have tied it. I was like, we'll see. Well, then Gibbs breaks off the touchdown. I swear to God, Brooke almost ripped my fucking arm off. She, like, grabbed it. She's like, ah! She's, like, freaking out. And then he scored, and I was like, Brooke, statistically he can't beat you. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, dude, there's 4 minutes. They just scored. They're up by, like, 12 points. It's like, they're not going to throw the ball again. And even if they did,
Yeah, I
like,
broke
they're
down in
still
the
winning.
middle of a Chipotle dish area.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't the
How
worst,
many-
though, Austin? Now that you know, isn't the worst feeling in the world to lose a championship? I mean, you won
Yeah,
one,
especially
but
when I
losing-
can't. Especially when I was this fucking close, and that
I know.
Oh, this
bitch ass-
fucking close.
oh
Yeah,
my
lose
God.
by one fucking point, and then talk, Austin. Fuck you. This fucking close.
Hey, but I won one by 1 point, so it's okay.
My first year, I lost to you by 1 point. Didn't I?
No, you
Or was
lost me
that-
by a lot of points.
Who did I lose by 1 point to? Because I got second place my first year.
Yeah, you got second place to me, and you lost by more than 1 point.
No, but then it must have been.
Is it
Well,
really
well,
losing
like-
if you lose to Marcus though? You get the money still.
Do you think?
I mean, it
that-
is losing.
Huh?
It is losing.
No,
I know,
Au-
it's
I mean,
Austin's
I still
saying.
got, I still got some money though.
Austin's
right? So
Austin's
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
in terms of like you guys, if Marcus wins, it's still $400 in your guys' bank account. You know, like that's what he was trying to say.
$400 for rookie to spend.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's gonna
hey,
spend it all.
little
Don't
friendly
trip.
reminder: the 1 year I don't trade with Marcus, I make the chip. So I'm never trading with this motherfucker again.
Wow, look at you.
Wow, you know what? Terrible, because one of these years you're gonna need it, dude.
Hey,
And I'll
remember
be
when
there.
Skylar tried to make me trade him freaking Brian Thomas and Nico Collins for like some bullshit trade? I bet I still have the chats up. And he
Hey,
was like, according
according
to-
Austin messaged me. Austin messaged me and was like, "You're trying to get Amon Ra in the Dynasty League?" And I'm like, "Austin, what the fuck are you talking about?"
it was 4 months ago.
It was like a 4-month-old trade that I had sent him. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like, what?
I texted him. I texted him and I go, "You're trying to get." I was like, "You motherfucker! You're trying to get Amon Ra after he just won me the chip." And I thought it was 4 minutes ago. And I looked back at it and I go, "Oh, 4 months."
I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
wow. First of all, Austin, you have to trade with me again, dude. It's inevitable. You just don't have to be a retard.
Just trade with him in a league that you'd like. We don't care about anymore. Like,
Well, all the leagues that we are in, well, Austin doesn't care about the dynasty or the auction probably as much, but that's 'cause
No, I
he's
go. I
fucking
do
addicted.
that. I do that for fun, just to like.
No,
I
fuck-
don't even look at that like half the year.
no, fuck Marcus. Don't trade him.
At one point, though,
Why,
that team in the
he
Dynasty
gave you
was-
the fucking team to win in there. He gave you Amon-Ra St. Brown on some bullshit.
You know what? At one point, my team was projected to 140 points every week
I gave him
because
Devontae
I ended
Adams.
up doing really
part of
good
that
waiver
deal.
wire pickups.
You even said if Devontae Adams starts popping off, I lose that trade. So don't even fucking try to say,
know.
yeah, exactly. Fuck you,
No,
bitch.
no, Austin, we're trading again. Don't even worry about it.
I feel like this is collusion.
Yeah,
How
they're
many
trying
people
to.
we're gonna trade
Yeah, they're
against?
trying to. They're already trying to. We don't even have our.
Austin.
We don't even have our fucking teams yet, and all that shit for next year. They're already
I
out
don't
here.
even know. I don't even
trade
know
you.
who I'm keeping yet next year.
Yeah, Brooke, have you figured out what are you going to do? Are you going to pick your position or are you going to keep two players? Or pick other people's
Oh, it's
position?
either or.
So you get to choose your drafts. Excuse me. Hey. You get to choose your draft stock, like where you choose draft at. You can keep 2 players since it's now just a 1-keeper league. You can keep up to 2 players, or you can choose 2 players' draft positions.
Does she get to pick her own
Wow.
too? Or 2 random
No,
players?
just 2 random.
Collusion, Brooke, pick my position, pick one.
Give you
And pick Skinny's position, give him 6.
get me and Marcus on the opposite fucking ends of the goddamn draft board.
Well,
You could-
picking
you
right in
could
the
keep
middle
your-
is the fucking worst.
You have some good players you could keep too. And, well, you didn't really pick anyone that was like crazy. Like, you'd only
If I
kept
kept
Gibbs.
anyone, it would
probably.
probably be Gibbs. Honestly, I don't know if I would really keep anyone else.
Well, and what'd you get? You drafted Gibbs in the
First round.
first? Yeah.
But I was the 10th pick.
Might
the
be,
12th pick. I
might
had the
be.
last pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be worth it at 12 for Gibbs still.
I definitely can't keep Henry because I just feel like he's one and done. One good year and he's over. He'll still be a goal
My-
line threat, obviously.
My options are Tyron Tracy Jr.,
Tyrone.
Tyron,
I wish I would have never traded Chase Brown. I would have kept Chase Brown.
Malik Neighbors, or Josh Allen. Those are my 3 options.
I'm gonna keep JJ for sure. I never get my team.
Justin Jefferson. I was like, who the fuck are you talking about?
JJ McCarthy, bro.
Mhm.
Bringing him back. Nah, dude,
I'm gonna
fantasy.
keep- Go ahead.
No, you're good.
No. Go ahead. I was just gonna
no.
go
After you, no. Yeah, me too.
No, after you.
No, after you.
After you.
No, because I'm gonna move on. So you finish the fantasy talk.
Hey, remember how we're making cunt socially acceptable? Look at Brooks' face. It's not.
No, Brooke. Okay, here. See, this is.
I
Okay.
told him he needed Jesus already. It was a joke.
I already talked, but here's the thing. I already talked to my sister about it, and she laughed at it and thought it was funny that I'm going to do this. It's not,
His
my-
sister says it's okay, not his wife, but his sister says it's okay, so it's
It is
okay.
becoming more of like calling someone a bitch. Like I feel like it's becoming more of like that, but like dang, that's still really intense.
So like, I'm gonna make
Nice.
saying the word cunt socially acceptable in terms of like using it as the word, like how like the Australians and New Zealanders use it, how they
Dude,
call
it's
just
just a
call people
stupid word. It's
everybody
not
cunts.
anywhere
No,
cool.
but here's my thing. Why do women need bitch and cunt to be like a derogatory term to them? Just have bitch. If you're being a bitch, I'll call you a bitch. But a cunt, you don't need to be called a cunt
No,
in any capacity.
I'm gonna be real. I think bitch is more acceptable than cunt. I feel like you can walk up to some girl and be like, "Sup, bitches."
playful.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's like,
I'm gonna
hey,
start calling the guys a cunt, and then you and all those other spouses and stuff will see it and be like,
Yep,
wow,
this is
Skinny
my
just
brother.
Skinny just calls everybody cunts. So then when I start calling other people cunts, it's gonna be socially acceptable. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
Go to church.
Why?
Go to church.
Because why not? Why is
I'm gonna
why
tell my fa- I'm
why
gonna
are
tell my
people
father about
why are
this.
people letting a word mean something poorly to them when?
What are you trying to say, Skinny?
Yeah, what does that mean, Skinny?
But if I'm saying
What
what's
does
up,
that
cunt,
mean?
if I'm saying what's up, cunt, I'm not out here calling you a bad like I'm not out here like, hey, fuck you, like you just walked in the building and I fucking hate you already. Like it's like what's up, cunt? Like what's up, dude? What's up, bro?
Start-
Children
start-
are gonna
start saying that when-
to
That's fine.
people, and that's cringe. It's cringe.
Nah, I'm good.
honestly.
It's good.
You know what,
Oh, I
Skinny?
thought you were
why do
saying
we
like
have to
his
cuss?
kids were.
Why don't we normalize like a less abrasive talk?
Well, you're
Why?
just
Who let
talking
the
foolish
woman on the
things,
podcast?
Why?
bro. You're just talking crazy talk right there.
No, this is just for Skinny because Skinny, actually, this is your intervention.
No, there's no intervention. I'm never gonna stop
This is your
cussing.
intervention.
It doesn't. People hold value to words way more than they probably should. You
I
should-
agree.
Yeah, people hold
Exactly.
value to alcohol way more
It's
than-
okay, Skinny. I think you're a good person.
Yeah. Your husband drank more than I did, so don't even try to.
Yeah, because Skinny's a pussy, I guess.
Dude, speaking of alcohol, I'm drinking garage beer.
Yeah.
What you know about that Arnold Palmer?
This is the Kelsey's beer.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with the
That's
Jason
crazy.
Kelsey show that's going on at like midnight?
Hey,
That,
Jason
like,
Kelsey.
it's like a late night show or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of Jason and Travis Kelsey, dude.
I'm
Travis
so.
Kelsey, shut the fuck up.
Travis Kelsey, I feel like, kind of quieted down a little bit recently.
Because of all the hate, dude.
No, I don't think so. I think he's focusing on.
Well, his
football.
wife.
He
Well, his.
just
wi-
needs to drop Taylor Swift.
Wait. Yeah, Travis. Yeah, fuck Travis. Jason's the cool
Travis is a
one.
little bitch. Yeah, Travis is a little
Jason
bitch.
still sucks, too.
All right, we need to move on for fantasy because we have like one more thing to cover, and then we have to do our pickups still. Congrats, Brooke! You'll get your ring on draft day, Labor Day weekend, of course.
Thank
Marcus,
you.
fuck you! You didn't win this year, so fuck you.
Sorry.
Neither did you,
Congratulations.
Neither did you.
Can I have my...
I won.
Not in your.
I'm not. I
league.
was about to congratulate Austin for winning in our dynasty league, and you're out here. Austin, congratulations winning our dynasty league.
God bless.
Marcus didn't win anything this year, and then of
Okay.
course
I've
I've already
won
spent
your-
half my prize
and I've
money.
won too.
you already
Oh my
spent
God.
your prize money.
Yeah, hard.
Like half
Did you
of it. I
fucking
bought
do
a-
that already?
I bought a dual monitor setup, and I've been going out and doing shit with people.
He's out here.
so,
He's out here like a fucking gambling addict, where it's like, yeah, I've already hit the casino and spent it all, bro.
Dude,
No,
have
I
you
think
ever
I still have
seen-
like
you
I
ever
still have
seen
like
the,
290 left.
The gambling videos? You don't have... You can
No,
do
we're
that.
gonna. This belt, so everyone knows, is my belt. It's gonna make it in the podcast occasionally, so we're gonna keep it in here with the football shrine we got going on. So
Oh, so the belt...
Praise the ghost of Adrian.
What you don't want to put the belt in your living room and show it off to everybody?
No.
Now it
that's
just goes
cringe,
behind my
Stan,
head.
that's
I
cringe.
cannot touch this belt, bro.
Some people aren't like happy that they're fantasy football nerds.
I'm done.
They don't
Okay,
like
good.
Yeah.
playing at
If
all.
I ever get the belt, that's going in my fucking living room. I don't know what's wrong with
Have you
people.
really never won in your league?
No, he hasn't.
I've gotten second or third literally every year. I've gotten second or third.
You know what's crazy,
Mhm.
Austin?
What's
I've
up?
won before.
Yeah, you know
I
what's
just gotta win.
you know what's crazy? He's never beaten me in a championship game like I've beaten him.
Hey,
So
hey, Marcus, I just know I built all your teams since I've been in the league. So fuck you.
You beat all my teams?
I've built all your teams.
No, you didn't build my team in my league.
Well,
All
not
right.
your
You
league.
know
I'm
what?
talking about
You know what?
Steve's.
Yeah, because Austin, there are championships, so you really are the true champion. Here you go, King.
Yes, thank you.
Forgot
All right.
the ring.
Send me my.
All right,
send me my-
moving on for fantasy. We're gonna talk about the Pro Bowl rosters have been released. Have you guys seen them at all?
No,
No, but I can.
All right.
Oh, I saw a few of them.
I'm gonna read these off. Tell me what you think. Quarterbacks. I'll read the starters first, and then the backups. NFC. Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels, Sam Darnold.
It's a good list.
The
Nice
only
list.
the only one that sucks to not see on that name is Baker, just because I think Baker had a hell of a
it's
season.
hard.
But
It's
yeah,
hard to fit
oh
in.
yeah, yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
But I do believe that's a good list, and I do think Sam Darnold deserves it over Baker this year for what he's done.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Spearsman.
Yeah, seeing Baker not make it kind of sucks, but it's what happens when you have 3 very good seasons. Wide receiver, we have Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra as the starters, and then
Good.
CeeDee Lamb and Terry McLaurin.
That's great.
Yeah, that's good. All had really good years.
Yeah, I would agree.
Tight end.
Tight end, George Kittle and Trey McBride.
Oh, I guess George Kittle did have a pretty good year.
He had a good year. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Running
I don't
backs.
hate that, but-
Saquon Barkley, Jameer Gibbs, and Josh Jacobs.
Respectable.
Yeah.
I couldn't put a running back over either. of them.
Fullback is Kyle Juszczyk, of course, because
Always gonna be.
tackles Lane Johnson and Penei Sewell with Tristan Wirfs as the backup, which I'm kind of shocked by Tristan Wirfs not getting the starting job over Lane Johnson, just because Tristan Wirfs I don't think has a lot of sack all season, and Lane has been, I think Lane was hurt like a game or so. Tristan Wirfs continues, I think, just to get slightly disrespected a little bit at the tackle position. I honestly think he's the best tackle in the league. I'm not even going to fucking lie. But guards, Landon Dickerson and Tyler Smith with Chris Lindstrom.
Okay.
Centers, Frank Ragnow and Cam Jurgens. So Philly's got 3 offensive linemen making it.
Is Mailata a tackle?
Yeah, left
Or
tackle.
Mailata?
But he missed some time too, so I didn't really expect him to
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
see it. Plus Penei Sewell and Tristan Wirfs, I think, are better.
Could have been better. I thought
Yeah.
for whatever reason I thought he played.
You also have to
So-
notice. I think all 3 of those tackles are right tackles, not left tackles.
Yeah.
So you're,
Easier position.
yeah. Defensive ends: Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons with Rashawn Gary. Interior linemen:
Didn't Michael Parsons is a weird one because he missed a lot of time, didn't he?
Yeah.
kind of a name value at that point, I think, for the Cowboys.
And I
Yeah,
don't think
probably.
I don't think Gary had that good of a year. Maybe he did.
Interior linemen: Jalen Carter and Dexter Lawrence with Vita Vea. I think that's a solid.
Lawrence couldn't even play in the Pro Bowl, could he? He's done. No?
Yeah, so Vita
Is
Vea
that
will move up, and we'll have a.
Oh,
Somebody,
yeah.
we'll have somebody
Speaking
replace him. Yeah, but this is like the initial Pro Bowl vote, so it's not like
Did
injuries.
you hear about Dexter Lawrence though? I saw something. I don't know if it's true, but supposedly alleged pedophile.
Yeah, the pedophile stuff. Yeah, I saw that. There were some timeline issues that I saw that people were trying to figure out because he was the girl was from like a different state, but he was in a different state at the time of that. I don't know. Unless something truly comes out with it or something's happened,
Wander
we'll
Franco.
play it. Outside linebackers, Marcus, you're gonna like this. Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel.
Oh, really? Both
Yeah.
of them
With-
got in there.
with
They both
Jared-
were solid.
with Jared Versay as the backup. Inside
Jared
middle
Versay.
linebackers, Fred Warner and Zach Bond.
Yeah.
Cornerbacks, Jalen Johnson and Byron Murphy, with J.C. Horn and Devin Witherspoon.
Byron Murphy is a Pro Bowler. Have they watched
J.C.
him? I mean, he
Horn's
got
a Pro
lot of
Bowler?
picks.
Yeah, J.C. Horn. Yeah. The NFC is a little weak on.
Byron Murphy's a Pro Bowler. Like, I watched Byron Murphy all year. He had, like, what, 7 or 8 picks, but holy crap, are we watching the same Byron Murphy?
It's the picks that got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirby Joseph.
safety-
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Curry Joseph.
Free safety, Xavier McKinney, rightfully so, with what he's been doing. Then strong safety, Buda Baker and Brian Branch. I think that's agreeable.
Really?
Yeah.
Kirby Joseph isn't in the Pro Bowl?
I would have put Kirby Joseph over Brian Branch personally because I think he plays more of an impact than
Is
Brian
Kirby
Branch.
Joseph
Yeah,
the
but
one
Kirby
that
Joseph's a
basically
free
is
safety,
playing
though.
in the NFL,
I'm pretty
though?
sure. What?
I see it.
Who was it that hurt TJ Watt or TJ Hawkinson last year? Was it Kirby
That was
Joseph?
Kirby Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then
Dirtiest
next week he
player in
tore
the
a
NFL.
Hawkinson.
Yeah, I think Kirby's a free safety, not a strong safety. So that's why.
eight picks, 3 ACLs torn.
Punters, Jack Fox out of Detroit. Place kickers, Brandon Aubrey, rightfully so. It's Andrew DePola, the Minnesota long snapper. Return specialist is Cavante Turpin, like that
Yeah.
one. And then special teamer is Kadarrell Hodge out of Atlanta. Now the AFC. This is where I had some issues with some of these rankings. Quarterback, Josh Allen, and then Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wide receiver, Jamar Chase and Jerry Jeudy, with Nico Collins and Zay Flowers.
So why the hell is Zay Flowers in there, number one?
Zay Flowers was wide receiver.
And Nico.
You ready? Zay Flowers was wide receiver 16. You want to know what AFC wide receivers had better seasons than both of them?
Yeah.
Brian
What?
Thomas Jr., who was number 5, ahead of Jerry Jeudy, and Lad McConkey.
So Jerry Judy's getting it because he's had this really hot back half of the year
Yep.
that they're looking at, and that's why he got in. Zay Flowers, I would not
second
even,
or
I would
third
not have
league
even
even.
voted for him.
Zay Flowers finished the season as wide receiver 16 behind Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know what people.
Lad McConkey
what
finished
people voted for
14,
that.
and Brian Thomas Jr. finished 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
just
That
stupidity.
upset me. Running backs, Derrick Henry, and then Joe Mixon and Jonathan Taylor. I think that's respectable. Tight
I put
ends,
JT over Mixon.
Brock Bowers, Travis Kelce.
No.
Travis Kelsey didn't even have that good of a year, but there's nobody to put over him. So
Yeah, fullback Patrick Ricard out of Baltimore. No competition, I
Yeah.
guess. Tackles Deion Dawkins and Laramie Tunsil with Rashawn Slater. Guards Quentin Nelson and Joe Thuney with Trey Smith, and then centers Creed Humphrey and Tyler Linderbaum. Defensive ends Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson with Max Crosby. Interior linemen Cam Hayward, Chris Jones with Ndamdi Badabuki from Baltimore. I think I said his last name right.
Matabuke?
Yeah, sure. Outside linebackers Nick Bonito and TJ Watt with Khalil Mack, which is crazy to think Khalil Mack is still making Pro Bowls when Khalil Mack was like, people were like sure he was almost going to be out of the league and done years
Did
ago.
he have like 10 sacks last
I know.
year?
He's been fucking good. That's what's crazy.
He had 6 in one game and got 10 sacks last year.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
that's the Adrian Peterson has a 90-yard rush and doesn't break 100 yards in the game, all right? Relax. Chill. Inside middle linebackers, Roquan Smith and Zaire Franklin. Cornerbacks, Derek Stingley Jr. and Pat Surtain with Denzel Ward and Marlon Humphrey. Free safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And strong safeties, Kyle Hamilton and Derwin James. Punter Logan
Man,
Cook.
where's Patrick Queen?
Logan Cook, punter, place kicker, Chris Bodwell, long snapper, Ross Matisick from Jacksonville, return specialist, Marvin Mims Jr., that'll be electric, and special teamer Brendan Schooler for the Pats. Yeah, I think the only thing that was fucked up with the Pro Bowl this year is the wide receivers for the AFC. I just don't see.
Real.
I actually don't
Russell
hate
Wilson
that.
should have been quarterback. George Pickens should have been wide receiver. I don't know.
Okay, we know why Zay Flowers is in there. Because he had a lot of talent in college, and he's on a team that is a Super Bowl caliber team. That's why.
It's still so stupid. It shouldn't be off how good.
I'm
your team is
hoping.
doing.
I'm gonna assume that if fill-ins, it's gonna be like Brian Thomas Jr. is gonna be a fill-in.
To be
they're
fair,
reserved.
though, if Zay Flowers is on like the Bengals, Zay Flowers probably be a top 15, top 10 wide receiver, probably easily. He's really talented.
He's talented, but
No,
right
he's
now,
good.
Like,
besides
even
besides Bateman, he's the number one target, and he's number 16.
Even Terry
They throw the ball a lot.
I know Terry McLaurin's in the NFC, but he had 9 less catches, 13 less yards, and 8 more touchdowns than Zay Flowers
Yeah,
did.
but
See, here's the thing. I watched a
talking
lot of
about
Ravens games because I
caliber
was just
quarterback
watching
throwing
Derrick
the ball
Henry.
down the field. Zay Flowers catches fucking dump off passes. Like they throw it to him,
And that's
screen
the
pass at the
issue.
line of
But
scrimmage.
either way, he's still the number one receiver.
Yeah.
Other than Bateman, but they may not be putting. But he's running crossers. He's your over the middle threat.
Lamar
He's not
Jackson.
doing anything with it.
Lamar Jackson's not fucking getting you the touches you need to be successful though.
Yeah.
He's never going to.
Lamar's throwing the ball 30 times a game.
Lamar
and
throwing to Zay Flower is legitimately an extension of the run game.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I don't know. He
Pretty much. He his yards per
I still
game is
can't believe.
65.
I still can't
His
believe
what?
Deontay Johnson didn't thrive in that offense.
His yards per game is 65. Yards after the catch is 449. Which
I knew once Deontay Johnson went there, that wasn't going to work out, Austin. I told Skinny that. I'm like, this is the worst possible place you could fucking go.
All right, moving on. Pick'ems. So for college football, bowl games. Right now, we're both 4-2 without the Notre Dame game. Notre Dame's currently up 23-10 with 6 minutes left in the game.
We both took Notre Dame, didn't we?
Yeah, so we'll either finish
Might be
5-2.
5-2.
With probably this game might be over by the time we're done. I don't know. I'm currently 7-3 in bowl game pick'ems. You weren't here the first week, so missed out on that. But with that, we'll move into because this game's going on, so whatever. We don't have any games for college pick'ems because the next game I think is the 9th, so that next Thursday when our episode will be released. NFL pick'ems, week 18, the trash week because you have no idea what the fuck is going to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you?
How'd we do last week?
Oh yeah, sorry. I went 11-5, so 161-95. You went 14-2, so 180-76. Very
Dude,
solid.
I wanted to break. If I could have just done a little better, I could have broke 200.
Yeah, 196 would be your max.
I don't think I'll get them all, but
Respectable.
yeah, no, I could have killed it. I should have bet money on Pick'ems this year because I've been on fire.
That's what I told you.
January 4th, 2025, folks. The Cleveland Browns take on Baltimore Ravens. And
Bailey Zappi time.
Yeah, I did see Bailey Zappi starting. Crazy. But they're going to fucking lose to the Ravens.
The Ravens have to win because if the Ravens win, they win the division.
Yeah, the Ravens are favored.
The Ravens need to win.
Yeah, the Ravens are favored by 19.5 points right now. Give me the Ravens to win, which is fucking... Dude, they've had some crazy lines. 17.5. I think one was like 14.5. Ravens have had some crazy lines this year, and this is the most I've seen in a very long time at 19.5 coming into a fucking game.
That's absolutely disgusting. That's just not even like... Why do you even go play the game?
And I'm pretty sure they've covered all of them, so I wouldn't be shocked to not see this get covered. I might bet
Yeah.
it. Honestly, I might.
The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me Cincinnati.
This is a well-rested Steelers team after a 12-day 3-game stretch. They need to go in and win. They're going to go in and do it.
I'm going to take Cincy because Cincy has to win and hope that the Broncos and Dolphins lose.
Nope.
So,
It's I don't think the Dolphins really affect them.
yeah, they do.
very much.
If the
They
Dolphins win, and because I think they're technically ahead of the Bengals. So if the
Did
Broncos,
the Dolphins win last week?
yeah,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if the Broncos lose, the Dolphins would be in, and then if the Dolphins win and the Broncos lose, I think the Dolphins would be in, and then the Bengals have to hope that the Broncos and Dolphins lose, basically. Which would be fucking crazy if that happens and the Bengals scratch in, because holy fuck,
Joe
That
Burrow.
could
Joe Burrow
totally
is MVP,
happen.
dude! Imagine
Carson Wentz is going to have a legacy game.
a week one wild card playoff game of Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen.
That would be crazy.
That would be fucking nuts.
And the crazy thing is, if the Bengals get it, they're going to win it. Watch.
The Bengals win the Super Bowl.
No, they're not going. They're going to win that game. I don't think they win the Super Bowl, but they win that game.
I don't know, dude. Fuck,
Dude,
I don't know.
Me and Bo have talked about it. This is off topic, I know. Me and Bo have talked about it since we're so disgruntled Vikings fans. Vikings are going to make it to the Super Bowl this year because we don't think they will. It'd be the year that I'm like, we're 14-2. I'm like, that'd be cool, but yeah. The Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Give me Atlanta.
Atlanta, they
Falcons
have
need to win.
Yep, they need to win too.
Washington Commanders versus Dallas Cowgirls. Give me Washington.
I think Washington, they have nothing to play for. Just sit. They need to sit. Don't have another RG3 situation. Sit Jaden Daniels and let him be good for playoffs.
I think there's pride in this matchup, though. NFC East matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Dan
mean,
Quinn-
maybe.
Dan Quinn played them. We'll see, though. I don't know. A team like that, you got to keep playing. We'll see, but
If you want to play, them, if they play them the first half, I think they play
This
first
game has
half.
precedence because it's again between the 6 and 7 seed. If they win, Packers lose. They are the 6th seed. If the Packers win, the Packers remain the 6th seed. So they're gonna play this game to try to get a better seeding, is my guess.
Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. Give me the Packers.
Give me the Packers. I'm taking the Commanders
Packers.
too, by the way. I don't think I answered that, and I'm taking the Falcons.
No.
Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans. Give me Houston.
Are they? Can we confirm? Are the Texans sitting
Right now, the Texans are not favored to win the game, so I'm gonna assume that the Texans are likely not to play their starters or limit their starters.
So I'm so 50-50 on this. I don't know. Because if they're playing people, the Texans are obviously going to win it. If they don't, the Texans could still win it.
I think they still win it with Davis Mills. I think he's a better quarterback than
I'll
Mason
go
Rudolph.
Texans.
Yep. The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts.
Give me Jacksonville.
Give me the Colts.
Dumpster fire game. Give me Jacksonville.
The Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots.
Are the Buffs sitting people? They can't get the first seed, so
I'm gonna take Buffalo to cover, so I'm taking Buffalo to win.
Buffalo too.
okay. Buffalo.
Because I think they're also playing. So let me look. They are 13-3. Oh, they could sit people.
They
I don't
clinched
know
the
why.
second. I think
Yeah.
they clinched the second seed. So yeah, I don't see why they would play anybody, but you know,
Mitch
maybe
Trubisky to the promised land. It's fine.
Man, fuck that guy.
New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm still taking the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles. Kenny Two Gloves.
I want to take the Giants just because I feel like the Eagles are going to literally sit everybody. So I'm going to take the Eagles, but I want to take the Giants just solely because the Eagles are literally not going to play anybody.
Why won't Sirianni
Yeah.
let Saquon run for 60 yards and just sit him?
Oh yeah, and then 60. He's got to get like 100.
Yeah,
Oh, is
he
it? I
does.
thought it was
Yeah.
literally only like 60
Yeah.
yards.
And doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt anyone's legacy. Adrian Peterson doing it in the time he did compared to Saquon having an extra game. That's always going to be a mark on that, though. It doesn't matter.
That
Well,
is
I
true,
mean, but nobody
guess,
does it
but-
with Dickerson to OJ.
Yeah, but different time.
I
period.
just think you're a guaranteed second seed. Don't risk an injury.
Yeah, which
Just-
is fair.
You have the rushing title for the year, I'm pretty sure. I don't think, unless Derrick Henry has like some big ass game, I think you have the rushing title for this year. So
Yeah.
just take that.
Probably.
Just take that.
New Orleans versus Tampa Bay. Give me Tampa.
Tampa's got to win.
Yeah,
Give me
Tampa's
Tampa.
gotta win. Tampa got to
Um,
win. Tampa.
KC versus Denver. Give me Denver.
Give me Kansas City. Carson
me
Wentz is going
Kansas
to
City.
fucking come out and win a game as a backup, just like he did with the Rams last year. Give me Carson Wentz and this fucking
The Chiefs find ways to win. It's gonna be some
Dude.
Houdini
Hey.
fucking bullshit.
Bo knows, dude. Bo
I like-
knows.
I like Bo Nix, but I like Carson Wentz more.
Bless myself.
I think
Um,
Bo Nix is a little overrated.
The LA Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. You would think that. Give me the Chargers.
Give me the
Chargers,
Chargers.
they have solidified their spot, so they can start resting some players. I'm gonna take the Chargers, the Raiders, just because I think the Chargers don't finish out the game with all their starters.
I don't know. The Chargers backups match up with the Raiders fucking starters.
Yeah,
so.
give me the Chargers or the Raiders.
The Seattle Seahawks versus LA Rams. Give me the Rams.
Did the Rams clinch yet?
Yeah, they're
Or they
playing.
have to win.
They're playing Jimmy G.
They're playing Jimmy G.
Give me Seattle.
I want to see Jimmy G go off. Give me Jimmy G or give me the Rams.
The Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. Give me the Jets.
I am taking.
Yeah, the
Jets.
Dolphins are gonna fumble. Jets win.
Yeah, give me the
This
Jets.
Is it
Seems
in
like a
Rutherford
game.
or is it in Miami?
It's in New York.
Oh yeah, Tua in the cold if
Or in
he
New
even
Jersey.
plays.
San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Give me the Niners.
Give me the Pastronaut, Joshua Dobbs. Give me the Niners.
Give me the Cards.
And then the last, most important, record-breaking game of the year.
Yeah,
Probably the biggest. This is like a playoff matchup in the regular season right here, right now. The 14-2 Minnesota Vikings versus the 14-0 Detroit Lions. I'm taking Minnesota.
This
I
is such a
think that-
disgusting thing to think about that if the Vikings lose, that they are the fifth seed. It's just so it's disgusting to me.
Vikings, Sam
Yeah.
Darnold's been a great year. If we do go and we make it to the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, what the fuck are we gonna do?
They said
They're
it's going to be.
really-
They're predicting a Jordan Love situation, and that pick being he sits behind Darnold for another 2 years, something like that.
Really? I mean, I
either
don't.
way-
well, and the thing is, Sam Darnold's not going to sign a 1-year contract either. It's going to be
No.
a
He wants a
my
3-year,
God,
100
dude.
mil.
He's
He wants a
gonna-
big
yeah.
contract.
Here's the thing: do I sell my soul to watch Sam Darnold play as our quarterback?
I'm taking the
Really don't
Lions,
want
by the
that.
way. Lions at home. I got to take Lions. at home.
Yeah, I'm
It's
taking
hard.
Minnesota.
Lions.
It's hard to pass that up.
Give me
We'll
the
see.
Lions.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm excited. Saturday, Sunday, dude. Sunday night football. What better game to have at Sunday night football? The biggest probably game of the Vikings. This is going to be a true tester too. Like you want to get that first seed. You want to have home field advantage. Otherwise, you come in and you play potentially the Bucks or. It'd be fucking hilarious though if we got the Bucks lose, Falcons win, get Falcons, Minnesota in Atlanta this time. Just another fucking Kirk Cousins match. Well, Kirk Cousins won't be playing, but
If
just-
Kirk Cousins could have been
yeah,
playing,
it'd be funny. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for all of this. Good week, should be a good week of football, but we're gonna see a lot of players get taken out.
Such a shame I have to work during that. I'm very upset.
But y'all have a good fucking week. Cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
Again, sorry that this was a day late. Follow us on all Insta, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, the Yak, the Tic Tac, all that good shit.
Anywhere you get your podcast needs.
Yep, whatever. Peace out.